Welcome back, everybody, and anybody for a little bit of darting deja vu? It's 2023, and it feels like we've seen this before. Oh, yes, that's right, we did on the 12th of March. Because this game was incredible in the quarterfinals that day. It was won by Dirk van Duijvenbode with an average in excess of 102. And he beat MVG in 8 legs en route to a
25.
title. Is that an omen for the Overgenius? But maybe a chance for revenge
for
the 3-time champ of the world.
Michael throw first.
Yeah, possibly. Cracking tie in prospect. Elsewhere, Dave Chisnell takes on Bradley Brooks. Dimitri Vandenberg takes on Josh Rock. That should be a cracker. And Mickey Mansell against Christoph Ratajski. And what a start. Having hit the bullseye, MVG opens up with a maximum.
Technically 4 perfect darts to start the match. Expect plenty. Now, in previous times, Dirk against Michael van Gerwen, it was a guaranteed win for MVG. Their head-to-head record stood with a chasm between them. But now, it looks like Dirk is very good at building bridges. Because now he doesn't fear MVG anymore. He knows he can beat him.
Yeah, nor should he fear him either. Proven winner now, Dirk. As Van Gerwen runs for cover and finds it twice successfully to leave a potential 11 dart leg. Van Duijvenbode just looking to put some pressure on here. 2-time Players' Championship winner. He's won 2 of the last 3, hasn't he?
46.
Clickety-click for Michael. Double 16.
Game shot.
Gives him a 12 dart start. Message sent to Dirk, who must break in this match if he's to make yet another semi-final. The man who hits more 180s than anybody else. And it's not even close. First person to break 100 for the season. Nobody is anywhere close to 100 yet.
Van Gerwen, though, showing that it's not all about averages, is it? He's not been great today. 87.95 when he beat Martin Lukman 6-3, 88.41, and then a couple of 95 averages, but just signs he's getting ready to step it up.
Michael today has been a bit like a helicopter. He's been going at a steady pace in a straight line. Whereas other people have been going a lot quicker, but have been weaving in and out. And when you think about Luke Humphreys, who averaged 103 for the day, he's not in the last 8. He's just been beating the people in front of him and doing the right things at the right time.
1-4-2 for Dirk. And it's on. Didn't need to take it out. But he's left himself handy enough on 48, Van Gerwen. 1-7-1. Needs a treble, doesn't find one, so Dirk with 48 in front of him.
Was he going for that single 8?
Game shot.
Who am I to question? The man who has won 2 titles this year. And with the exception of the calendar year, of course, where Michael Smith has won the World Championship and he's won in Bahrain. This is the only guy who has won more than once. I'm not counting the Premier League, of course, because Michael's won 3 of those. It's a slightly different dynamic.
Yeah, it is. Look at this, looking for another max.
140.
That's about 140s though, solid enough.
$70.
Couple of errant darts there from Dirk will be frustrating.
Just coming into this quarter-final, Dirk had 18 maximums in 4 games. That's pretty good. And halfway to a new daily record, because that daily record is 35. He shares that with Dave Chisnell. But 180s are not his primary concern right now.
55.
It's that Michael van Gerwen is doing very good stuff on his own throw.
Yeah, and having won the bull at the start of the game, that is all he's got to do, isn't it? Van Gerwen be strong on his own throw. Double 16 then for a 2-1 lead.
16.
Wow, so this would hurt. 154 for the Aubergines.
He's going to go for the 57s. A lot of people might think that's a strange call.
42.
Because he's so good on the treble 20. Why wouldn't he just go for 2 of those in double 17? But
Game shot.
he's not a one-trick pony. And Van Gerwen does take the lead eventually after those 3 misses at double 16 in the previous visit. Van Gerwen himself, 11 maximums before this game began. Averaging 91.66 for the day, compared to Dirk's almost 96.
140.
Yeah, but as we said earlier, he's here and has got every chance of getting his hands on a Players' Championship. Dirk looking a little bit warm down there. It's a nice visit.
I think this is one of the last months of the year where players will feel really comfortable in these kind of venues, because when we go to places like Graz at the end of April, that's where the temperatures start to rise. And things get a little bit tricky when you go to Prague in May, because it's really hot there. And then by the time you get to Blackpool in July, things are very uncomfortable. And you must be tuned into that, because if you're not, you're going to scupper your chances of big titles. Speaking of big shots. Ooh, the line was good.
45.
It was, but it opens up the door. 9 for double 16. Couldn't hit it in the last leg, but gets it in this leg. And Van Gerwen has a breaker throw to lead by 3 legs to 1.
These guys played each other in the World Championship, of course. That game was won by Michael Van Gerwen.
45.
He averaged 100 in 5 sets played. But I think it's fair to say that Dirk, who averaged under 90 in that last 16 match, was feeling the effects of what was an unbelievable contest between himself and Ross Smith, where they broke the 180 record for 7-set matches in World Championships.
He's got a chance though here, hasn't he, Dirk, to break straight back. And is he going to become our second 9-dart of the day? Brendan Dolan earlier got one. Can Dirk follow him in? 1-4-1 then for a 9-darter or a breaker throw.
Go on, Dirk. You know you want to. He does like the double 18, hence the 45 shot. But great effort, Dirk. But most importantly, get the leg, stay in the contest and get the break back.
Yep, he needs the same 41 that Van Gerwen took out to win the last leg. Double 16 he needs.
Game shot.
And he gets it. The break straight back for Dirk van Duijvenbode. 3-2 it is now. Elsewhere, Dimitri van den Berg leads Josh Rock by 2 legs to 1.
I just wonder what Dirk has to do
121.
over the next couple of months to get himself back in that World Cup team with MVG. Because Michael will be there. He's the world number 3 currently.
140.
And he's bearing down on that top spot as the weeks go by. But Dirk, at number 11 in the world currently,
100.
has got a Dutchman in his way in Danny Noppert, who is 8th in the world. And there's a good 80,000 points between the two of them.
140.
In order for Dirk to get in that World Cup side, he's going to have to go great guns over the next 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not sure he's going to make it.
Are you a fan of the new format announced this week?
Yeah.
41.
I think everybody is. Players, fans. I think it's overdue. We've been talking about all pairs format for years now, and I think the PDC have been patient in their thinking, saying, is this really going to work? Are we going to pander to the public? But ultimately, I think they've said, you know what, I think they're right.
180.
And that's a brilliant 180 from Dirk. Gets him into single to double combo range, and he's now going to get a look at it.
He is. Despite Van Gerwen's best efforts, he's left double 2. 19 for tops then for Dirk. For parity, double 10. Big moments in this match.
Game shot.
And double 10 is hit. Dirk van Duijvenbode is level.
Michael's going to be thinking, you're not going to do this to me again. Not for the second time in a month, but the ability of MVG right now to be finding those maximums at moments where he's got to tell Dirk, you're not affecting me. At the start of his throw, he's saying, this is mine. It's what the great players do. They're put under pressure and they immediately respond.
Dirk needs a response here after that poor opening visit. And respond he will, looking for another maximum. 140. Keeps him just on the coattails of Van Gerwen, who's now looking to leave himself on a finish, and that's what he'll do. 1-3-2 for a 4-3 lead. And Duijvenbode here has to stay. He can't find a big treble, so no pressure on Van Gerwen.
It's his favourite finish. And the reason it's his favourite finish is because it's a finish he hit to win his first Premier League. First of 6. ... Because there's plenty more where they came from. You might even get a 7th this year. But when he hit that 1-3-2 against Phil Taylor, everything changed.
It did. 72 then. Oh, that's a nice first start. Double 12. One left. And Dirk will get a look. He got to the bullseye on this combination previously. Can he get it this time? No is the emphatic answer to that. So Van Gerwen will be looking now at that double 12 target.
Game shot.
And gets it. Protects the throw. Now he can try and attack his opponent's throw. Just measured in this game, not showing a great deal of exuberance, but that's Players' Championship action for you. It's not about the big celebrations.
97.
You may get the same level of talent, but this is a library atmosphere, and we have tension in leg 8 because the game statistically has been sensational to point.
Van Gerwen looking to win with another maximum. Just kisses the wrong side of the wire. But Dirk being kept up to his work here. From 2-4-7 in. Ooh, big one. Needs a treble here. Doesn't find one. Door ajar for Michael Van Gerwen.
And he does leave himself on 130. Very gettable. And the motivation for MVG at this stage of the season, it's been the same for almost 10 years. Get a win early and give yourself the luxury of taking time away when needed. He doesn't want to play every tournament. He wants to spend time with his kids. Wants to spend time with his wife. He wants to recharge the batteries ahead of big tournaments, but he knows he's got to win early in the season in order to have that luxury, especially during the Premier League campaign.
Oh, interesting tactic there. He opted not to go for the bull, saying that Van Duijvenbode can't get 1-4-5 and Dirk can't get 1-4-5. So Michael Van Gerwen playing mind tricks here. Needs tops for a 5-3 lead.
Is that too flat? Oh, it's perfectly done. I thought it was a little flat to be a guide, but the bounce, just about right.
It was. And it is 5-3, and Van Gerwen now one away from a place in the semi-finals. Dirk running out of time. Josh Rock leads Dimitri van den Berg 4-2. Bradley Brooks has taken the opening leg against Dave Chisnell. And Christoph Ratajski about to get underway against Mickey Mansell for a place in the last 4.
That one might take a while. We all know that Mickey Mansell is not the quickest player, but then Ratajski isn't either. I think that could be like a very patient game of chess, that game.
96.
The number 2 quarter-final. This one might be over before the first leg is completed in that quarter-final.
Could be. Van Gerwen. But if Dirk can get a big one here, he will get a look at a finish first, but needs at least a ton. That's a good dart. That's a very good last dart. So he's still alive. I don't think we'll see Dirk turning a shot down at the bull.
No way.
58.
He's thinking 2 treble 20s and double 5. He's not even thinking about the bull. But now he is. Top left corner of the 60. Well, 158. There's a couple of ways you can get this, but 99.9% of players go treble 20. I wouldn't have been shocked, you know, if you'd have gone 254s for bull.
6.
He hasn't done that before on the stream, I'm sure. And he likes to do things a slightly different way.
Well, Dirk needs this. Single 20 will leave 1 dart, double 16, and he gets it. Dirk van Duijvenbode is still alive, and now he's throwing to make it level at 5-5. Van Duijvenbode sticking in here against Van Gerwen and looking for a big start to the 10th leg.
He's trying to stick to his own script. Power score, and don't give Michael a match dart. So far, mission accomplished, but he has an issue. That's his issue. In this game, MVG has been excellent on the maximum starts. As John Part would say, that's an excellent open.
It is.
100.
9th 180 of the contest.
That lie was delightful. I'm amazed he didn't get dart 5 in.
Yeah. Already, if you just join us, Brendan Dolan hitting a 9-darter earlier on. On top of Fallon Sherrick's 9-darter here yesterday.
81.
First lady in the PDC to get a 9-darter. And I'm sure it's going to be the first of many. But this is a emphatic leg from Van Gerwen.
You think about some of the things that Michael's done in his career, but how about we focus on the fact that the things that he hasn't done? He hasn't won a tournament this year in ranking action yet.
41.
And he has never hit a double start 9-darter at the Grand Prix yet. But he might be in the next round.
Wild first start, but rectifies that beautifully. An 11-dart leg sees off Dirk van Duijvenbode. Michael van Gerwen through to the semi-finals, where he'll play the winner of Dave Chisnell and Bradley Brooks. Van Gerwen is through against his mate Dirk van Duijvenbode. He's beaten him by 6 legs to 4.